Good morning, Fern Elementary School. It is Friday, February 18th. Would you all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Right hand over our hearts. Ready, begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You may be seated, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, it is February, and we are looking for scholars. Scholars in all you do, in your homework, in your classwork, on the playground, especially, even when you're eating snack, even when you're talking with your teachers. Ladies and gentlemen, scholars do their homework really well, too. Scholars do their classwork. They do their classwork really well. They make sure their classwork is correct and they turn it in on time. Scholars are super nice to their teacher. Scholars are super nice to all adults on this school campus, okay? And scholars, ladies and gentlemen, are what we're looking for the entire month of February. So do your best. Big announcement being that Monday, there's no school. Yay. Enjoy a day off, okay? President's Day is on Monday. Enjoy that. But also, big news too, being that our mask mandate has changed. The mask mandate no longer means that you have to wear your mask outside. But remember, you do have to wear your mask inside, especially when you're around, anytime you're inside, okay? But you no longer have to wear it outside. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you always have that mask with you for when you come back in. If you break one, we'll get you a new one, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, a few important changes, other changes. When you come on campus now in the morning, you can walk on campus, put your mask on, walk through the front door. If you're walking through one of the gates, don't even have to wear a mask. And guess what? On Tuesday, you can actually walk around the playground. Playground's going to be open for you guys to use. The equipment out on the field is only for kindergarten and TK, but the playground, blacktop, is open for you guys to use. When the bell rings, you're going to be expected to freeze. Then when the teachers release you, you're going to be expected to go to your lines and line up like we do after every kind of recess, okay? And then the other big news, at recess time, we're no longer going to have certain places for you to play, okay? Everything's going to be available to you, okay? But remember this, if kindergarten and TK are on the playground equipment, the big structure out there, guess what? That's only kindergarten and TK, all right? When you're done eating at lunch even, guess what? You're going to be able to play, not just on the blacktop, not just on the grass, but you can play wherever you would like to. But remember, TK and kindergarten get to be on that playground equipment first. Here's a few rules I want to remind you about because it's been a long time since we've all been out there together and we could all be out there and wherever we wanted to play, okay? When the bell rings, remember, you've got to stop, you've got to take a knee, and you've got to wait for the whistle from your teacher to dismiss you. And then you're expected to go and line up with your class, okay? Make sure you clean up after yourself. Throw your trash away after snack and after lunch. We got a bunch of brand new tables this last week. And guess what? There's a lot of trash. So you got to make sure you clean up after yourself, all right? Now, if you're in the sandbox or on the grass, you got to hustle back to the blacktop after you're dismissed. And then you got to walk to your class at line. Do not run. You don't need to run, but you got to walk to your line, okay? Make sure if you've got food or drink, you're eating it in the snack area by the tables where you're supposed to, okay? We don't want food or drink in the bathrooms. That's just gross. It's not good habits, okay? So keep your food and your drink at the tables. Don't take them to the Foursquare. Don't take them to the handball wall because we don't want people to trip or fall on them and we don't want food over there. We want you to be able to eat in peace in a nice, safe, healthy place, all right? Now remember this, the cafeteria wall, our schoolroom building walls are not a handball wall. You can play handball only against the handball walls. You've got two of them, Means we've got 4 courts to choose from, okay? And then we've got these walls, which are really cool to sit on, and some people sit on them for lunch. Don't walk on those, okay? Because we want everybody to be safe. Stay out of the planters where the wood chips are, and don't walk on the walls. It's that easy. If you've got your jackets, if you've got your water balls, make sure that they're away from all the courts because we don't want students tripping and or falling on them, okay? Make sure they're by where your classroom lines up or they're on one of the walls. Hey, and I've seen kids out there playing tag these days. Guess what? We don't play tag at school, okay? Because tag, inevitably somebody tags somebody really hard, somebody trips, somebody falls. We want to keep everybody safe. We want to have some fun, but we want to keep everybody safe as well. And then on the blacktop, do us all a favor and walk. Unless, of course, you're playing basketball or a really good game of foursquare handball, okay? And then out on the field, out in that by the playground equipment, there's those 3 bars where kids have a lot of fun spinning and having climbing up them. You know what? That please don't sit up there. You can have a lot of fun on them, but guess what? Spin on them, do what you need to do, one person on the bar at a time, and then get off. You don't need to sit on them because there are going to be other kids who want to be on those bars as well. And please stay on the playground. Those hallways, the hallways in the main building or the hallways around the new building, you don't need to be in those hallways, okay? If you need to go see the nurse, you're going to need to get a pass from one of the adults out there. They're going to have little clipboards. They're going to have passes for you. Just talk to them. They can give you a pass so you can come into the hallways, okay? And make sure you're using the right restrooms. If you're out on the playground and the restrooms by the kindergarten wing, guess what? Those are for kindergartners, okay? We don't need to see any big kids in those restrooms. The restrooms for big kids, there's some at the new building, and for first and second grade, they're here in the administration building, okay? And then on the swings, if you're using the swings, and you're maybe somebody's waiting for you, they need to count to 20. And when they count to 20, guess what? Your turn is over and they can get on. You count to 20, and guess what? They'll get off and it's your turn. But make sure you're counting nicely. 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. Okay. No super fast 1 to 20s, please. Okay. On Wednesdays and Fridays, make sure you leave the PE equipment where it is. Our YMCA PE crew are awesome, as are our TUSD PE crew, but you got to leave the stuff where it is so that the students who are there get to play PE with their own equipment. All right. And then do me a favor, that soccer net that's out along the fence, be nice to it because we don't pull on it, we don't hang on it because we want it to last. All right. And then one final reminder, out on the playground, don't be digging holes. We don't want holes on the playground. Only holes belong in the sandbox. And at the end of recess, we could fill those holes in, okay? All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a few reminders about what we do on the playground. And when we're all there on Tuesday, you get to play where you want to play, but you got to follow directions from the adults out there. All right. We want everybody to be safe. We want everybody healthy, but we want you to have a fun time too. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got time for a counseling corner. Mr. Doherty, what are you going to tell us about today?
Hey, how are you guys doing? Hey, your counseling moment for today is be kind. I know that was last week's and maybe even the week before, but you need to be kind. You need to be kind with your words and actions, because when I've been out there at lunch and at recess, I've been noticing some students are not being so kind with their words and even with their actions. So just think about that and work on it. Be better. You can do better because you are better. There you go. There's your counseling moment.
Thank you, Mr. Doherty. Appreciate it. Mr. Sam, what about our safety minute, man?
Hello, everybody. So I know we've talked about this before. There's been a lot of goofing around inside the restrooms and the main building restrooms. There's been a lot of goofing around, a lot of trash being thrown out, and a lot of water being spilled. Okay. Dr. Remland has mentioned where tag is not allowed here at school. We don't play tag, and there's been a lot of you playing tag during lunch, and then you go and hide in the restrooms. A lot of you, just packs of you, just going into the restroom and then hiding out in there and making all kinds of ruckus. We are not doing that. Okay. We've all seen all the new benches. They're great, aren't they? They're great benches, but there's been a lot of trash lately, a lot more than normal. I mean, just the fortune cookie incident of today just tells me otherwise, you know. So let's just make sure we clean up after ourselves. We need to be proud of our school, make sure it stays clean. It's a lot of work for me and Miss Judith, Miss night custodian, to clean up after you guys. So I need a little bit more effort from you guys. Okay, thank you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Fern Falcons. Thank you, scholars. Have an absolutely wonderful long weekend. We'll see you all on Tuesday. Bye, everybody.